My name is Megan. It's New Year's Eve, and I'm sitting in my beach house in Montauk, the sound of the Atlantic waves outside my window a constant, soothing rhythm. I open my laptop and check my accounts. The restitution payment has cleared, and my savings are at an all-time high. I've just booked a first-class 2-week trip to Kyoto in March, a celebration I've postponed for far too long. Looking back, it all started when I received a VRBO listing alert on my phone during a Tuesday morning meeting. The listing was for my beach house at 247 Dune Road, Montauk. My mother, Carol, had listed it on the platform. The photos she took were amazing, showing the infinity pool at sunset, the master bedroom bathed in morning light, and the chef's kitchen with staged lemons and flowers. The listing stated it was a luxury beachfront estate, renting for $8,500 per week, with 14 weeks already booked from June to August. I quickly did the math. After VRBO service fees, she was looking at around $95,000 in rental income from my property. I scrolled through her profile and found that she'd been renting family properties in the Hamptons for 3 years, with 47 5-star reviews. One review from last August made me sick to my stomach. She'd even driven to my house to drop off extra beach towels for her guests. My brother, Tom, texted me, saying Mom was excited about her rental business expansion and was buying a Range Rover with the deposits. Dad thought she was a natural entrepreneur. But I was calculating the cost of 3 years of her unauthorized use of my property. That evening, I sat in my Brooklyn apartment, the one Mom always called a starter place. I opened my files and found the deed of the beach house, in my name only. I'd bought it in 2019 with the advance from my first book, a technical manual on software architecture that became an industry standard, along with 3 years of saved royalties. Over the years, my family had invaded my beach house without asking. The first summer, they showed up for 2 weeks in July, saying it was family bonding time. I was working on my second book, but they treated me like staff, asking me to do all sorts of errands. When I mentioned I had a manuscript deadline, Dad said I could write anywhere and Mom said I shouldn't be antisocial. The second summer, they came for a month without notice. I was in the middle of a crucial deadline and had to rent a hotel room in town. Mom thought I was too sensitive. This past summer, I didn't go to the beach house at all. I was in a writing residency in Vermont. When I returned in September, the house smelled like other people. There were different shampoos in the bathrooms, new linens, and a guest book filled with thanks to Carol. I realized then that Mom hadn't just been using the house. She'd been monetizing it. She'd been telling her friends she was helping me manage my property while suggesting to relatives that I wasn't practical about real estate. I decided to take action. I found Sarah Lee's contact information. We'd stayed in touch since my wedding. I drafted an email to her, reporting the fraudulent activity on VRBO. I attached the property deed, the tax bill, and a photo of my driver's license. Sarah was horrified and immediately put her trust and safety team on the case. All the reservations were canceled within the hour, and full refunds were processed. Her account was permanently banned, and a cease and desist letter was sent. My phone started buzzing with calls from Mom, Dad, and a text from Tom. Mom was hysterical, but I silenced them all and went on with my life. The documentation from VRBO showed that Mom had operated fraudulent listings at 3 addresses over 37 months, making a total of $347,000. 2 of the properties belonged to distant cousins, a ski condo in Stowe, Vermont, and a lake house in Lake George, New York. My lawyer, Janet Kim, told me there was potential criminal liability, but I wanted civil consequences. We filed a civil suit for the rental income, damages, and legal fees. We also pushed for restitution to the cousins. Mom called me, angry and in disbelief. She said I was destroying her business, but I calmly told her that her business was fraud. I reminded her that the house was mine, and she had no right to monetize it. The procedural process took 4 months. Discovery revealed all her illegal activities, and the cousins joined the lawsuit. In December, we reached a settlement. Mom paid $95,000 in refunds to the VRBO guests, $127,000 to me for rental value and damages, and $43,000 was split between the cousins. A permanent injunction barred her from the Montauk property. I changed all the locks at the beach house, installed a new alarm system, and hired a different property management company. This Christmas, I spent it alone in Montauk. The silence was different this time, not a cold shoulder but a peaceful calm. The house is truly mine now, legally, financially, and emotionally. I've learned the difference between family obligation and property rights, between guilt and boundaries. The account is closed, and I'm finally the sole master of my own domain.